For today's ACNH Island tour, we are touring my newly finished Animal Crossing citycore island of Ponybelle. I'm so excited to share this island with you. It is pink and pastel, My Little Pony themed. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. If you're looking for fun and beautiful pink citycore vibes and lots of inspiration for your island, join me for this tour today. If you enjoyed playing with My Little Pony as much as I did growing up, you will definitely enjoy this tour. It was such a pleasure creating this island, and if you enjoy citycore, there'll for sure be tons of inspiration for you to potentially take back to use on your islands as well. Lots of pink inspiration during cherry blossom season, so let's head over to the airport and get going. Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing the final tour of our My Little Pony themed pink citycore style island, Ponybelle. I'm so excited to share this island with you guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and to all of my dear subscribers, welcome back. If you have been enjoying this series and you have been watching from the beginning, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. This has been an incredibly fun journey, and I'm just so excited to share the finished product of this island with you guys. If you enjoy citycore and pink and you're looking for a little bit of inspiration for your island, look no further, because y'all, it's finally finished. I can't wait. I'm like so excited. So let's get going. Let's take a look at the map and I'll show you the dream address. So if you'd like to follow along, you can. Alright, here it is. Here's the dream address for Ponybelle, and just as a reminder, you can find me on Instagram at Peppycrossingplay, so if you'd like to give me a follow over there, I do post pictures of all of the builds that we do on the channel as well. Okay, here's the map. I really love how a lot of the terraforming came together on this island. For anyone that's been watching from the beginning, we did a lot of in-game path work on this island. I did that intentionally because I really love how it looks on the map. I think using the in-game path underneath, custom path, really looks stellar on a map. We do have a single species island for Ponybelle since it's My Little Pony themed. We have, you guessed it, all horses on this island. We did some villager hunts, so if you are looking to check the villager hunts out to kind of get the scoop if you missed the journey, please be sure to pop over to the Ponybelle playlist and check it out. Without any further delay, let's get going. So this is the entrance. I really enjoyed making this. This was a full build video that we did for this area on the island. I wanted to create sort of a little apartment building over here in the front, and I really love this. It's super pink. Check out Annalise. She is really loving this. Yeah, girl. I really love her. She was one of my favorite ponies that we found for the island, but I really love this area. We also have this adorable little mini library that we created, and yeah, we sure did reserve one whole ramp for this build. Now you could totally create this look without using a ramp for this. I did a build video for this as well, so if you're looking for a few different variations to use on your island, be sure to check that out. That was for the Ponybelle entrance build. And I did coordinating interior builds for a lot of the builds on this island, so as we kind of go along, I'll be sure to show you those. A lot of these were either recreated in the player house or in some of the villager homes, so I'll kind of show you those as we go along or as we see villagers' home. Oh my gosh, look at Gulliver. Yes, he is so cute. I kind of love him. I think he might be one of my favorite NPCs in the game. He's totally adorable. Now for the beaches, I kept them somewhat simple on this particular island. I didn't go super all out like I have in previous islands, but I wanted to give them some love. So we did a little mini carnival, pastel colored carnival here on the front beach in this area. And then for the rocks, I wanted to kind of keep it slightly nautical. So we did a lot of lighthouses on the rocks with picnics. And I really love this pattern. You'll see this daisy pattern, the swirled daisy pattern all throughout the island. And by the way, I will be sure to link in the description of the video a link to my Pinterest page so that if you see any of the custom designs on this island, and I have listed them on my Pinterest page so that you'll be able to find the custom design codes there in case you want to use them for yourselves. Alright, this is a cute little cafe. I used a lot of the Sanrio items for this build. This one we also did a build video for. It was in the entrance build video. I really love the little windows. I think they were my favorite custom design code for this particular build. Just the little cute little cafe windows and just a lot of the layering. We used the mermaid fence there for the top of the building for this one, and I just really like how this one came together. Anytime I have an excuse to use the Sanrio items, it's always a fun day for me because they're just really cute and not an item I get to use that much in the game usually, just because they are super pastel, especially if I'm doing a realistic type of build. But this island as a whole was just really fun to do. I love all of the pink, and it just really was an island that made me really happy to work on every day. We have a little rooftop cafe area over here, and then this overlook, I wanted to do a fun little build that you could look down on, so I did a moving company. We have an oversized truck over here with the moving sign on it, and then I used a Happy Home Academy trophy over there, and then just lots of different boxes and moving items and scattered papers all throughout with the pink tone. And the boxes custom design on the ground over there just to kind of give it a fun little look, but we kind of incorporated that kind of all throughout the island as well, as you'll see as we go along. Now this was a fun build. If you missed this, I did a full build video for this villager neighborhood. I hadn't done a full-on villager neighborhood on one of my islands in a very long time, so I was really excited to do this. Of course, I wanted to do everything pastels, so I did speedrun Happy Home Paradise for this island so that we could redecorate the interior and exterior for all the villagers' homes on Ponybelle. So they all have sort of coordinating homes, and then it was just really fun kind of picking and choosing a lot of the pink and pastel items to incorporate. All of the villagers on this island mostly have business-style homes, so we're going to pop in to kind of check them out as we go along. And this one is a little floral shop, so let's pop in. Oh my gosh, Julian is here. So this is actually Winnie's house. She has the little floral shop, and there is a faux storefront down on the front part of the island that you'll see later that coordinates with this interior build. But look how cute they are. What are y'all doing? I don't think I'm supposed to walk in on this, but look how cute they are. I really love them hanging out in here. I was sure to do a little bit of polishing in this. That's something I forget to do a lot in my builds, but I wanted to use the butterfly polishing just to add a little bit of added effect to this interior build, and I just really love the illuminated flower display cases. It's a really fun item, and I was excited to use it on the island, but yeah, I really love the pink vibes and all of the cute little flower items. I kind of forget how many amazing flower and botany items there are in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I definitely enjoyed putting this one together. Alright, let's head over in this direction. Again, I really love how this little yard came together. It was really fun kind of using all the different items and all the different patterns. I was sure to pick out lots of different custom design items, or patterns rather, that were very versatile so that I could use them for different things all throughout the island. This one is a gym for Buck. Since he was the only jock on the island, I wanted to give him an interior that was a pink, cute gym. So he has an interior that is a gym. And then we're gonna head back over here. This exterior is a little birthday party, and this is actually Ed's house, but his interior is meant to be a fun little boba shop. So the interior does not match his yard, but you'll see what I mean as we go along, that some of the storefronts match. Here's Ed's interior. Hey bud, I love him. He's a smug villager. Have you guys ever had Ed on your island? This is actually the first time I've had him on an island, but I kind of like him. He actually had this photo of himself in his default house, and so I decided to keep it. I just placed it up on the wall because I thought it was really funny that a villager had a photo of themselves displayed in their own house. So I just thought that was kind of cute. But I really love the vibe in here. It sort of gives you Starbucks vibes, but it's a little boba shop. All right, we're gonna head over here, and this last house doesn't look like we have anybody home, but this is actually Cleo's house, and she has a little tea shop for her interior. We did a full build video for that just recently, so if you missed that, there's a faux building for that, so I'll be sure to show you that later in the tour. All right, now this little overlook area behind the neighborhood is a boardwalk. I wanted to do a fun pink boardwalk because this backside to this area on the island is actually a beach area, so we will go check that out in a little bit so you can see it a little bit more up close. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing that, especially since I knew this dream address was going to be launching sort of at the tail end of summer. I wanted to have a little bit of a beachy vibe on the island, at least for part of it, and I had a lot of fun putting that together. So again, check out the Ponybelle playlist if you're looking for some of these build tutorials, if you're looking to recreate some of these spaces for yourselves. This area was sort of a continuation of the entrance. I was sort of going for a mini Central Park vibe. I wanted to use two of the inclines to sort of create this overlook that you can sort of stand on and see all of the beautiful cherry blossom trees, and just sort of have a nice little secluded nature area here in the middle of town so that you can see the plaza. And it was just a nice opportunity since we had a plaza that was sort of set back from the airport. This is our beauty salon. Since this is a My Little Pony city, I wanted to create a little beauty salon, sort of reminiscent of the Pretty Parlor playset. I don't know if y'all remember that growing up. I wanted to create some builds surrounding some of the My Little Pony playsets, and this is just sort of a loose concept based on that. So this is a beauty parlor in town so that the ponies can go get all dolled up, and that was definitely one of my favorite memories, was combing and designing my pony's hair growing up as a child. So that's sort of what that idea came from. And then this is a tattoo parlor. I wanted to do, of course, a pink cute tattoo parlor just to sort of go with their cutie marks. I know that they don't actually get them tattooed on, but that was sort of the concept behind that. And this is actually a build inspired by one of my besties, Katie. You can find her on Instagram or YouTube at Creative Katie. She's a wonderful designer. She did a tattoo parlor on one of her islands. It was a more standard, traditional tattoo parlor, and I did a version of that in pink. All right, this is just the front beach area. Now this build, I actually did a quick build of this that I'll be putting out a little quick build video for, but this build I actually did around Gulliver. Believe it or not, he washed ashore the other day right there on the beach, and so I decided to do a little build just for him. So that's sort of how this build came together to kind of fill in this beach area. So if you guys are looking for some beach ideas, some last minute summer beach ideas, this is one I threw together right here just for Gulliver. He even has a little yacht that he can sail away on. That way I don't have to help him this week. But yeah, I was really happy with this one, and I really love the yellow. I think the yellow is just a really happy color for a pastel or summer style island. Really happy with that one. Beaches can be really difficult, I find sometimes, and often I think that I overthink the beaches, but honestly, using a lot of this wheat field item and the different colored flowers, I think was really the key for this time around. I've used a lot of these Pro Design cutout standees to create these little stalls and little mini flower shops over here on the beach. I really like this one right here. I just thought this was ultra cute. And again, I'll be sure to put all of these codes. I'm working on putting them on my Pinterest page under the island code section. I have an island code section on my Pinterest page for each of my islands. So if you guys are looking for some of these codes, you'll be able to find them there. Okay, here is our exterior build for the flower shop that we saw that was over at Winnie's house. So this is the exterior for that. I did not do a build video for this one, but I was really happy with this. It's actually a 2-layer build that you can interact with, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. We did this right at the river mouth, so there's a little bridge right here in front, and then if you come over here, I've actually put a ladder on the cliff, and there's just enough space that you can climb up here and sort of interact with the build and have a seat in this little peach chair if you want to. And by the way, if you guys watched this island journey from the beginning, I was so excited. We started it during cherry blossom season, and peaches were our native fruit, so I tried to sort of stick with the peach theme all throughout the island. All right, next, this was one of our other build videos that we did on the island. This is a cute pink gym. I really wanted to do a gym on this island, and I've never seen one that's pink, so we decided to put one together that's pink. We used the rock climbing walls and then this little space capsule to represent a tanning bed and just a lot of fun pink items. And this goes with Buck's interior, his little gym interior. And here, of course, is the tea house that goes with Cleo's interior build that you saw. Here is her interior so you can see what it looks like since she wasn't home. And be sure to check out that build video if you haven't seen it, if you are interested in seeing how we put this together. But it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed putting that one together. It's always fun coming up with different roof lines and different designs with all the different items, using them creatively for faux buildings. I think the faux buildings are my favorite thing to create in Animal Crossing. What about you guys? What's your favorite thing to build in Animal Crossing? Do you enjoy doing faux buildings? Do you like landscaping? Do you like the more natural? Let me know in the comments, because I always love to hear from you guys. Right, there's Captain's little area over there, just kind of simple, and then we have a little Vespa fueling station over there, and then this area is an outdoor bakery, like kitchen area. I kind of wanted to just do a fun little baking area outside. It just seemed like the perfect little thing to put here in this space, like a nice little filler area. And then just, again, keeping the beaches kind of simple in this area. It was a new challenge to me to sort of stay simple with the beaches, but I really liked how it came together on this island. This is Renee's house. Now, a lot of you had really wanted me to get Renee for the island, so I was very excited when we found her, and we ended up doing her interior, this little bakery. How cute is this, right? I know it's a little bit different than what we had thought. Initially, I thought we were going to do her interior as the tattoo parlor, but these villager houses are so small. I ended up doing the tattoo parlor as one of the rooms in the player house. So you'll see that here in a little bit. But she ended up getting this cute little overhaul of the little cake shop, and I really like it. She seems really happy with her new place, as you can see, and yeah, I just really like the look of it. I love the cookie rug. I think I'm obsessed. I had actually forgotten that this item existed in the game, and I was really happy to be able to kind of use it in this build. Yes, love it. Really love the chocolate flooring too. That's another item I had kind of forgotten about, and using the glow-in-the-dark stickers with the cupcakes on the wall I think added a lot. All right, let's keep going. We're gonna head back in this direction because I don't want to miss anything. This island, you do have to double back a little bit in going around. I really had a hard time and struggle trying to create a direct path going all the way around in a loop on this island. You'll see what I mean as we go. Now this space over here, I wanted to create an overlook and I didn't know what to do with this area. So I ended up creating a mini golf course. Now if you have been one of my OG subscribers, the very first video I ever did on the channel 3 years ago was a mini golf course. So if you missed that or you'd like to check it out, I'll put a link to that here. But yeah, I wanted to do another mini golf course because it had been so long since I had done one. The original one that I did was on Ponybelle, which is my realistic citycore island, and that one was actually on the beach. So I wanted to do a little bit different version this time. Of course, pink, sticking with the theme of the pink citycore theme on this island. But it was a lot of fun kind of putting this one together and kind of finding all the different pastel items to deck out all of the little golf courses for each hole, and just using the little dropped pearls as the balls, and just finding fun little pastel items, like I said, to put this together, creating space for a little snack station over here so you can take a break midway through your game. And again, it was really important to me to have a little overlook for some of our builds on this side of the island, so that's sort of how this little area came together. But I really like it. To create this space, you have to use some of the in-game path and then use a custom design as an overlay to sort of follow the shape of the in-game path. That's sort of how you create these patterns. And yeah, just really happy with how this one came together. All right, next, this build over here, this is a horse stable. I really love this build. We did a build video for this one pretty early on in the series. I just really love the pink. I think pink and barnyard are just one of my favorites. And again, this was sort of themed after one of the play sets that I really loved for My Little Pony growing up, and one of my favorites. And this particular part of the build, the horse jumping area, was inspired by my dear friend and bestie, Matilda. You can find her on Instagram at Lilamini. She did this little horse jumping area on her sports island, and we did a full tour of that on the channel, so if you missed that, be sure to check it out. It's called Victory. Just a really awesome sports themed island, but I wanted to recreate the horse jumping area specifically to go with the horse stable area that we did. So really happy with that, how that one came together as well. Okay, we're gonna head over here. I wanted a little lookout area because I didn't end up doing a build video for this because we did run out of time for the series, but this is actually the museum back here. I wasn't sure what to do with it, but I decided to turn it into a big pastel barn. So using some of the blue storefronts and then some of the simple panels with the pink barn pattern on it, I just thought this would be cute, and then kind of creating a little pink pastel garden with the little bonsai trees. And I really love how that looks in the distance with the silos. It was a really fun build to put together, and I wanted to kind of create a designated little pony farm area for a couple of the pony villagers here on the island. In particular, Peaches lives right here, so we're gonna actually pop in because it looks like she's home. Hi, Peaches. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. She's using her kitchen. I love when they're using their kitchens and they're actually in the proper space. But we ended up doing just a fun little country pink sort of vibe in her house. I wanted to keep it more like a traditional style house for her. Most of the villagers on the island have more like business type interiors, but she has more of a homestead, which was the look I was going for her house. But I love it, and of course she has to have the peach rug. It was necessary for sure. But I really love this one. Super cute, perfect for her, and she just definitely has like that cowgirl sort of vibe. The country vibe. All right, let's head back in this direction. I wanted to show you, Elise is following us today. We're gonna go in this direction since I didn't get to do a full build video for this, so you can kind of see. I found this really cute, I don't know what you call it, it's like a planting box pattern you can see underneath these little bonsai trees over here. I really love that pattern. I was able to use that quite a bit on the island. And I love this barn. Here's a close-up of that so you can see how that one came together. I did use some of the garden bunnies over here to sort of create a designated bunny area, which I thought was pretty cute. Just fun and pastel, a little bit whimsical. And then over here you can sneak through, and for this particular section of the beach, we just did a little camping area to kind of hang out on the beach. With all these different custom design patterns and just some of the kids' tents. So we kept it fairly simple for some of the beaches on this island this time around. And this area over here, I used a ton, by the way, of the different tree standees, a lot of the different standees on this island, you guys. That was something I really had a fun time using, since this was sort of a citycore slash kidcore style island. It was kind of fun intertwining a mix of citycore and a little bit of kidcore. So there's a little bit of whimsy mixed into this island. You can see a lot of the different standee items sort of mixed in, and it was just a lot of fun. And by the way, when I did this build video for this horse stable, I actually planted weeds where these flowers are. I ended up pulling those up and replacing them with some of these beautiful flowers because I just thought it looked a little bit prettier than the weeds after they grew in. So if you check out that build video, I ended up putting flowers there instead. And we used a lot of the springy ride-on. I love that item. I just think it's a really fun item. So especially if you're working on a farm core island, this particular build, I feel like you could for sure recreate on your island. If you're doing a Western style island, you could do it in a different color vibe, like red and brown, a lot of tan, things like that, to sort of make it a little bit more Western style. But given that it's My Little Pony, we went all out with the pink and the white and the blue. Cut back through here, and I really love the cherry blossom trees. I know that we've been out of spring for a long time, but I knew that when we did this island, since it was pink citycore, I for sure wanted to upload the dream during April so that you could see the beautiful pink trees. Check her out, look at Victoria. I was really hoping she'd be home during this because her original interior is actually a horse race, and I didn't do much to change it. I really liked how that was. So if you've seen Victoria's original interior, it really pretty much looks the same because I just thought that was so cute. Okay, we're gonna head over here. Now this is another overlook build that we did behind some of the faux buildings. This is a little boba shop, and this is to coordinate with Ed's interior. So this is a little boba shop. I really like this. I love how epic that custom design looks for the little window, the truck, the food truck window. It's just super cute. I love how big it is on the side of the truck, and just kind of incorporating some of the little cafe umbrella tables. And yeah, just really like how this little simple build came together. It just looks really cute in a town square area. So if you're working on a city core island, highly recommend creating a little space like that. Look at these little ponies hanging out. Okay, this is making my heart so happy. I don't know, what do you guys think? Have you ever done a single species island? Let me know in the comments because I have really enjoyed hearing all about everyone's journeys who has. I've gotten a ton of great advice from you guys all throughout the Ponybelle journey about what was really easy, what was difficult. Y'all gave me so many amazing tips and tricks. Okay, this over here, this is the moving company build, and just a little bit close-up view of that so you can see what it looks like. I love the little scattered papers, and again, anything that I could add that was pink to sort of give it an extra look, with the shoe boxes and just using things like these little storage lockers over here, and even dropping things like the pastel wrapping paper, I think kind of adds a lot to a build like this. But you'll see as we go along, I sort of incorporated some moving trucks and different builds with the player house to kind of go along with this faux building. So you'll see that once we go through the player house a little bit later. Okay, this section over here, this is actually a pond that we dug to sort of look like a flower. I wanted to do a themed pond on this island. I did a pond ideas video recently here during this series, and it was just so awesome seeing all of you guys' amazing creativity, and I just love the idea of doing a themed pond on an island. I think it looks really amazing with the terraforming on a map, and so I decided to do this little daisy pond. I really love having the little flower pattern in the middle, and I just think it looks awesome on the map. I did leave these prezzies for you guys, so if you come and visit the Dream, I did leave these prezzies. There's a couple of little outfits and just some little foldables in there for you guys. And here is our Able Sisters shop. I went ahead, I sort of tried to camouflage it a little bit because it didn't really go with the vibe on the island, but I liked using some of the castle items in the pastel color just to kind of give it more of the right vibe for the island. And since I have Able Sisters there, I decided to put the cranny on the opposite side just to kind of create a little shopping district right behind the plaza. So we have the cranny back here, which is also sort of disguised, and I kind of created this to look like a sweets shop. So using the curtain partition, customized with the little cupcake display over here, and just kind of giving it the look of more like a little sweets shop. I thought that would make it blend in a little bit better for the island, but that's sort of what we did with that. And then over here is sort of the entrance to the beach area on the island. Now this is part of the build video that we did, so if you're looking for some last minute summer ideas, this was the sort of pink boardwalk build that we did. We did a little hot dog stand over here and of course French fries. Because I feel like every boardwalk I've been to has always had some amazing French fries. So we went ahead and did a little fry stand, and then of course cotton candy and a little ice cream stand over here. And I used the sand in-game path underneath and then layered it with this really super cute worn board path with the little daisies on it, which I really love. You'll see a lot of pathing on this island that has little daisies all over it, and I just think it goes really well with the My Little Pony vibe. And then we did a little fishing boat launch over here and a little fish, I don't know, like a little fish carving shack. I don't know if that's the right term, but I really like how that one came together. And then again, just keeping it sort of simple on the beaches over here with some flowers and a little camp out area with a little pony hanging out. That's sort of what we did just sort of in this area for the beach. And then just a small little Hawaiian vibe over here with the flamingos because they're pink and cute. So we're going to head over here and then I'll show you the back side of this beach area. We do have some villager houses over here, so you can see what they look like. So this continues over the river mouth. So, oh, these villagers aren't home. So we actually have two villagers right here. We have Poppy and Annalise live right here. And I'll show you some pictures since they're not home so you can see their interiors. They're a little bit more beachy, but we do have a lot of the seahorse pattern over here on the beach area just to kind of represent the seahorses from My Little Pony. We just kind of kept this area very laid back, and again, a lot of the wheat field and flowers on the beaches, and I just kind of wanted to create a fun, whimsical area back here. I don't know, it just sort of reminds me a lot of my childhood and spending summers at the beach. And just enjoying my time as a kid growing up. I loved playing on like in the sand, building sand castles, so that's sort of reminiscent of growing up. Visiting the Great Lakes as a child was definitely a highlight of my summer for sure. All right, so here is a picture of Poppy's interior. I wanted to do sort of like a backyard beach vibe, so he actually has like a back patio thing going on in his house, but I really liked how that one came together, and I wanted to give him sort of like I don't know, like a private little beach area where he can lay out, and then of course a little boat launch over here. And then over on this side, this is Annalise's area. She has a little peach juice stand over here since peaches were the native fruit. And then everything over here is sort of pink and orange for her color scheme, and then she has more of like a fun little pink diner vibe, again with a nice little overlook. And yeah, just kind of keeping everything very super beachy for these two. I was really happy kind of putting them together. I just feel like they kind of fit the vibe for the beach area of the island. So they got the little beach houses with the thatch roofs. We're going to head back here. Now this area over here, I decided to keep the peninsula fairly simple for this island. I wanted to put a lighthouse view over here. So we've put a lighthouse over in this area. My husband and I actually got engaged at a beautiful lighthouse near where we live, and it's just one of my favorite memories, and so I'm always really fond of beautiful lighthouses. And this over here, this was a fun build. This is meant to look like a giant sand castle, so again, it's sort of going after the vibe. I remember there was some sort of My Little Pony like sand castle playset. I want to say it went with like the seahorse characters, and there was actually like a an episode of one of the old throwback My Little Pony cartoons. There was actually the seahorses, and they were going after some treasure underwater. So that was sort of the vibe here. I know there were some waterfalls. I'll show you some pictures. Here's the seahorses, if you remember them. Those were the OG ones. And I think they even did a recreation of that with a newer version too, but here is sort of like a little clip of part of the episode. So that's sort of the vibe for that. I was kind of thinking of that particular episode of the old My Little Pony show, and believe it or not, I think that last year was the 40th anniversary of My Little Pony, believe it or not. So, and you can actually walk back here, back by these little rocks. They are accessible. And I did decorate the rocks over here a little bit, have a little seating area, and then just a little Vespa. Put out some seashells, and just kind of keeping it very light and beachy with all the pink. I had a lot of fun decorating this island with the pink. Pink is my favorite color, so it was for sure fun doing everything fun and pink and pastel. Definitely a fun summer type of island, so if you guys are deciding on what to do next on your island, I highly recommend doing an island of your favorite color, because pink being my favorite color, I was definitely happy every day when I was building on this island. Alright, we're going to head in this direction. The player house is over here, but we'll go through that next. This little area I honestly wasn't sure what to do with, and then I actually got some inspiration from someone that I saw a picture that was posted on Pinterest, and it was just so darn cute. I love this so much, and I'll put her information up here for you. She is on Instagram. This was so cute. It was like a little play, an outdoor play area. And this build inspiration comes from Macy at Glittering Beans on Instagram. I just thought this is such a cute little build. I, of course, added the My Little Pony theme to it and did all pink, of course, to go with our pink vibe. But she did a sort of a cute little version with the wild logs for benches, and it was just ultra cute. And the bubble machines, I really like that idea, so this is my version of it for my own little My Little Pony version of her build. So shout out to Macy, and thank you so much for that inspiration. Really love that. So we're gonna head over here, and this is just a little snack area for this, and I'll kind of swing around in this direction. I did add some of the Karabi frogs over here just to kind of give it sort of a fun little outdoor pond vibe over here. This is just my little workspace area for my player house. And then I guess we'll pop into the player house so you guys can see the interior real quick before we kind of head over to the opposite side of the island before we wrap up the tour for today. So this area, this actually goes along with the moving company. I did a little outdoor, like impromptu vibe, like I'm moving into the house. I just thought that would be fun to sort of set it up like we're getting ready to move into the neighborhood. And then a little outdoor tea area. But let's hop in. Okay, so I went non-traditional here. Most of the rooms in this house are coordinating interior builds for a lot of the faux buildings outdoors on the island. This, of course, goes with the Sanrio little tea cafe or little cafe area when you walk in from the airport, from the entrance build. I went a little bit simple on this, but I just wanted it to be fun and showcase some of the Sanrio items. And just really like this. I enjoyed using the glow-in-the-dark stickers on the wall to be able to use the cafe windows on the interior to sort of mirror that of the build over by the airport. But yeah, really happy with this little build. It was fun. I love using all the little food items too. Definitely makes a big difference in the game. In this room, of course, this is the coordinating build to go with the beauty salon for the pretty parlor. And I used a lot of the mermaid furniture for this build. So there is a full build video for this particular one on the Ponybelle series. So if you want to see how I put together the faux building for that and see the finished product, of course, feel free to check out that full build video. It's in the Ponybelle playlist. But I really like this one. Just had a lot of fun creating the little stations in the back and then kind of creating the little waiting area in the front. It was just really fun using all the pink items and putting everything together. It was a bit of a challenge fitting all of this in this tiny little room, this back room in the house, but all in all, I was pretty pleased with this one. Next room, this is the interior for the cute tattoo parlor. It was for sure a challenge, kind of creating a dichotomy of edgy and cute here, but I think we pulled it off pretty well. Doing the purple and pink wallpaper and flooring, I think, added a lot, and then adding the skull rug, I think, gives it a little bit of an edge, but then using the different science-y type items like that chair, kind of for the tattoos, I think gives it a little bit of an edge, and then just sort of adding in the black and purple, I think gives it a little bit of added grit. right, next room, this is the library. So this goes with the little tiny library. I wanted to do just a cute little library. I mean, who doesn't love a library, right? I feel like that's probably one of the first builds we all tried to attempt when Animal Crossing first launched in 2020. This bookcase was definitely one of the top things on my list to try to obtain. I mean, how many faux buildings did we all try to create with these bookcases? But I really like this one, just a fun little simple build, and using a lot of the different pastel items like the block furniture. I feel like I used quite a bit on this island, but it's just really fun kind of mixing and matching all the different items. Next room. Now this is the basement. If you guys are stumped on what to do with your basements, I feel like doing something like this can be really, really fun. Even doing like a storage area and like either in your upstairs, like an attic, or in your basement. In this case, it's sort of going with the whole vibe of me moving into this new house. And I just really like how this came together. It's simple, and it's definitely a great excuse to use all of the different cardboard furniture recipes you've collected in the game. I don't think I've ever used the cardboard furniture recipes as much as I have in this island, just kind of creating this look, but I really like this, and it was just a fun, simple build to put together. All right, and last, this is the upstairs. I created a little one-room apartment area for this. I usually do that for my houses. It's pretty common. I will usually reserve the upstairs just for like a little living space for my player. So I have a proper bed, and then I usually divide it up in some sort of living space, either a kitchen or bathroom, and then either a little gaming area or something like that, just so that I have a little living space. But really like this one. Of course, I had to showcase the My Little Ponies on the wall over there on the shelf, and yeah, just really had fun kind of creating all the fun pink pastel in this particular build. And then of course for the gaming area, I wanted to kind of showcase that, and then just the fun little pink kitchen. I love the messy sink. I don't know what it is about that. It's just super cute. It's one of my favorite items in the game. I think I've used it every time I've made a kitchen for myself in the game. But yeah, really happy with how that one pulled together as well. Yes, all right, well that is my player house, so I hope you guys enjoyed those interiors and it gave you hopefully a little bit of inspo. I struggle sometimes with the interiors, but I was pretty happy with how those ones came together. So I'm actually going to pop over in this direction because there's not really a way to cut through to the other side. I do have one more surprise for you guys on that upper part of the back side of that part of the island, but unfortunately the only way to get there is just sort of cut back through and run around. So we're just going to cut back through the island so that you can see that before we wrap up the tour for today. I hope you guys have been enjoying this tour. I've really had so much fun, like I said, creating Ponybelle. It has been so much fun doing this island. I know it's been a long time coming to get this all finished up and done before summer was over, but it really was so much fun. And again, I just can't thank you guys enough for all the support you've shown me and all of the wonderful build ideas and advice you've given. It's just been so much fun, and I'm definitely looking forward to coming to see more of your islands. I do plan on doing more island tours after I'm finished here. Now that we're finished with Ponybelle, I'm looking forward to doing more ideas videos and island tours on the channel. All right, we're going to cut through here because there's a little bit of beach that you didn't get to see yet. I have a tiny little mini watermelon garden over here on the beach. And a little duck pond on the rock back there. And then of course, I wanted to do a orchard, so I went ahead and used a lot of the in-game path so you could see it on the map. And I went with just a single fruit orchard. I went with the peaches since that was the native fruit on the island. Plus they look super cute on the trees, right? I just love the little peaches on the trees. They're too cute. I just want to squeeze them because they're just precious. And I just felt like the peach color looked really great with the pastel vibe on the island. So it just was a really great choice, I think, to use just the peach trees for this particular build. But I like this look. I really love these little umbrellas. Whoever came up with the idea to use these umbrellas as little 3D boxes is super genius because I just think it adds so much to a build. Now this area over here, this is the campsite. I just went ahead and put it back here to kind of look like a little storage area for a lot of the farm equipment on this little space on Ponybelle, and just added some of the cute little patterns back here. And then I went ahead and created this tiny, ultra cute little barn. I mean, I can't. It just makes me so happy to see that. And just created this little space for the bunny hanging out over here, and just kind of a fun, whimsical area on this rock back here. Really like how this little rock came out too. Just a simple little duck pond. Sometimes it's just the simplest little builds, I feel like. The rocks can be so difficult to come up with little ideas, especially for such a tiny little rock. I feel like it can be really difficult to come up with ways to fit everything on a rock to make it look right. And yeah, really excited that that one kind of pulled together. But like I said, I just wanted to do something kind of simple and fun back here, and being able to squeeze everything just in the right spot for this little mini barn I think worked out pretty well. I ended up using a couple of the transportation stations sandwiched together, and of course the simple panel with that pink barn pattern to kind of create this look with the silo behind it, and luckily it just barely squeezed in there and I was really happy with it. Alright, we're going to head in this direction. I have one more thing to show you on the island before we wrap up for the day. Like I said, I had a lot of fun creating this island. It's mostly city core. There's a little bit of farm core mixed in, and this back part that I'm about to show you is definitely on the whimsical side. For sure, My Little Pony. What little My Little Pony island would be complete if it didn't have a cloud area for Cloudsdale? I know that if you guys are more familiar with the more modern My Little Pony, there is a section called Cloudsdale, and I for sure had to represent that on this island. So here's my version of Cloudsdale, Animal Crossing style. I went ahead and used a lot of the cutout tree standees as clouds. Now, if you watched last summer, we did a Lisa Frank style kidcore island, and we created a castle in the clouds doing a similar style build, using the cutout tree standees as clouds as well with the museum. And I kind of wanted to do that, but I really enjoyed creating this pattern of the sky on the ground just to sort of look like it's all above the ground, and just using a lot of the Sanrio furniture. Again, the Kiki and Layla bed to kind of create the look of the clouds, and that's sort of how you create the look of the rainbow in the distance. The backside of those beds works really, really well for that. And the star heads as well, placing them on the top of the pillars to kind of give it that fun kidcore vibe. But I really like this. I was really happy with this build. It took a ton of time to put together, and I was sort of on the fence of whether or not I wanted to do a full build video for it, but in the end, I was pretty happy with it. I did hide a pipe back here so that you can access the secret beach if you'd like to. I kept it pretty simple, but I still wanted it to be accessible. That way when Red comes to visit, I can still get on the art boat and get some of his fake art. But yeah, I just did a couple of ponies back here and some fun little patterns, and that way you can still access it if you want to. Lots of little clouds back here as well, so we'll hop back in. And then we do have one more villager house, so let's pop over here so you can see it. I ended up putting Julian's house back here, so that was hands down the #1 villager that you guys wanted so badly for this island, and I was so excited when we were able to find him on the last villager hunt. I was really worried, actually, that we wouldn't be able to find him, and so when we did, I was so thrilled. So he ended up getting his own little spot back here in Cloudsdale, and we're gonna go ahead and pop in. Oh, look at him! Okay, so his interior is a little bit non-conventional, but this is supposed to look like the Weather Factory. So for some of the newer episodes, this is similar to what the Weather Factory looks like. It's the best that I could come up with to kind of recreate that area. I did give him a little seating area because I felt like he needed a place to sit and hang out. And then I used a lot of the plushies because I wanted him to have some little friends to hang out with. I didn't want him to be alone, and so I thought that would be a fun touch to be able to kind of add a little bit of extra to this build. And then I just really like how all of the different glowing moss shelves and the different colors add a lot of fun vibe and lots of pops of color to this particular build. So I really like the glow of this build. It just really makes me happy. And then the glow in the dark sticker rainbows on the walls look really great. Here's a pic of what it looks like from the show with Rainbow Dash. Yeah, I just really love it. And he seems pretty happy, so if he's happy, I'm happy. And he's definitely one of my top fave villagers, so he's become probably my favorite resident on the island, truth be told. Love, love, love. So the only way to get to his house pretty much is to hop across here. There's a ladder if you want to run across from the little ramp that comes up from the orchard. But I was just really happy with how this one came together. His little house is just sort of tucked away over there. But yeah, he seems to be pretty happy living in Cloudsdale. I figured it was a perfect spot for him. We're gonna hop across here, and like I said, if you are doing your own sort of My Little Pony island, or if you are doing your own nostalgic style island, I've seen some amazing different designs of different creators creating different fun nostalgic builds. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Have you done a nostalgic toy build for your island? Let me know, because I always love to hear from you guys. It's always a pleasure being able to share these different island journeys with you guys, and I can't thank y'all enough for being a part of the Ponybelle journey. It really truly is an honor to be able to share these builds with you guys and just sort of share the journey. So thank you so much again for being a part of this journey and sharing Ponybelle with me. Once again, here is my handle on Pinterest, so you can find me at Peppycrossingplay if you'd like to find any of these different custom designs here on Ponybelle that were used for this island. You can find them there. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content on the channel and you have appreciated this island journey. Please feel free to subscribe. I always do appreciate it. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing y'all an amazing day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.